What's up, guys? So this is a review from the Jerez round of the 2012 MotoGP, and I thought it was a fantastic race. I know a lot of people looking online and stuff, they thought it was quite boring or whatever, but I never find these races boring. It's down to personal choice, but I see a lot of comments saying F1 is better than this. I think, if you think that, then, don't moan about it, just go and watch F1. But anyway, I thought it was great. A lot of unexpected results there, especially Stoner. I mean, after his worst qualifying since 2010, fifth position, who would have expected him to get the win? But you can never count him out. Um, he had my overtake of the race as well, but I'll point that out when it comes up. So we'll just talk about the top four for the moment. So Stoner, yeah, like I said, you didn't expect it, but you could never count him out. Once again, I mean, he did this at Beno. No, it wasn't Beno. Sorry, yeah, it was. It was Beno and Laguna Seca. He he struggled with setup all through practice, all through qualifying, and then overnight, his team and himself obviously made the difference. On race day, it worked. So that was great news for him. He's still suffering from the arm pump, but I'm not actually too sure myself how it works. But Steve Parrish said that the more you ride, the better it gets. I would actually thought it was the other way around, but yeah, if anyone knows about that, you can let me know. Just a great performance from Stoner. He withheld the pressure from Lorenzo. Lorenzo was always within a half a second to a second of him. At one point, he was right behind him. So it could have been easy for Stoner to just run wide and let Lorenzo through, but yep, he withheld that pressure. And he did a 140.2 on his penultimate lap on worn soft tyres. That's some going. And I'm going to compare those times with Rossi's a little bit later on. But Lorenzo also, he did a great job. I did think he was going to win it at one stage, but Stoner pulled the pin on the last couple of laps. He stalked Stoner. He did pretty much what he needed to do. I think he was on the limit, just trying to keep up. But like I said, I thought he had the edge over Stoner at some points in the race because he would close up, especially on the penultimate corner. You could see he was a lot smoother and a lot faster through there, but that's probably the characteristics of the Yamaha. Pedrosa in third place. I expected him to be battling for the win, if I'm completely honest, but I think it was still another good performance. But I think he could have actually played a part for the win if he was a little bit braver in the opening stages of the race, but he wasn't. This the overtake? No, this isn't the overtake, it's the next lap, but this one here by Lorenzo and Dovizioso, this was kind of tough. But yeah. For me, this is why Pedrosa won't be a championship contender this year. He's always going to be there or thereabouts. He's one of the three aliens. But he doesn't seem to have that complete aggression and drive to try and win the race. But like I said, I mean, he could have easily won the race in Qatar had he had the aggression to get past Stoner, but Lorenzo was smart, so he won there. And I think if he was aggressive here, there's no reason why he couldn't have, maybe won here. So it's just that drive from Pedrosa needs to be. This was a good overtake from Stoner here, right at the last second. And the drive Stoner got out of the last corner is insane. Such skill. Fourth place, and well, I'll say my impressive riders of the day. They were obviously Stoner, Cal Crutchlow in fourth. Unbelievable, great for him, nearly a podium, and Stefan Bradl. I mean, seventh place is a solid result. He's still a rookie, and he's doing a great job. So I think he's only just going to progress and get better and better as the races go on. Cal Crutchlow, I think a podium is definitely in sight, and this is actually where my overtake of the race is coming up. because if you see, Lorenzo was actually beside Stoner, going to outbrake him, and then Stoner let the brakes off to go around the outside of Lorenzo and up the inside of Pedrosa. That took a lot of bravery. As I was saying, Cal Crutchlow, 4th place, 2 4th places now. I think he'll definitely get a podium this year. If I'm completely honest, I was a doubter. When he first went into MotoGP, I didn't think he would do much, but he's proved me wrong, and good on him for doing that, because I think it's great that he's doing so well. And it's weird because you look at the style of him and you think that doesn't really suit the bike, but whatever he's doing it right. He's doing a great job, so good on him. My unlucky rider of the day has got to be Randy Depunier. He was in, I think it was 13th place, and that Aprilia ran out of petrol, so yeah, that's a bitch to him. And he was raging. You could see that when he left the bike on the wall. And riders I wouldn't say unimpressed with, but I expected more from, were Valentino Rossi and Ben Spies. I mean, Rossi kind of has an excuse in the bike, he's not happy with it. But then again, so is Spies, but Spies has, I think, less of an excuse because, there's 3 other riders, they place 2nd, 4th and 5th. There's no reason Spies and the factory team shouldn't be up there challenging for the podium. That's my belief anyway. So yeah, I think, he just needs to pull his finger out and really get on with it, but hopefully find a decent setup that he's happy with. Rossi, I don't know, I can't see things looking up for him. I hope it does, but he really needs to be beating Nicky Hayden if he wants that credibility. And this isn't, I'm always trying to be careful with what I say about Rossi, because I know a lot of people like him. I like him as well. I think some of the best racing, some of the best overtakes I've ever seen have been by Rossi. But he needs to start beating Hayden if he wants that credibility of this bike doesn't work. But if he has a teammate beating him, and even satellite riders beating him, he was very close to Barbera. It just, I wouldn't say you can't take him seriously, but you kind of think, well, come on, be first Ducati, and then complain, kind of. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the race, I read Rossi's post-race interview, and he said he was happy with the times he was doing at the end, and they showed a lot of promise. But in comparison to Stoner at the front, Stoner had chose a medium front tyre, so the soft medium, and Rossi had gone with the hard. And Rossi's penultimate lap, he said he was happy with, was a 141.0, and Stoner's was a 140.2, and that was on a soft tyre which had been completely worn out. I don't know, I think the only option for Rossi is to just finish this season, see what options there are for next season, and try again, start again fresh, because obviously you can't forget what he's done, but for me this has put a big dent in his career, because I think I myself, to be honest with you, I did expect things to go wrong at Ducati, but I know a lot of people thought, well, if Stoner can win on the Ducati, there's no doubt in people's minds that Rossi can as well. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of that, and I want to ask your opinion on the Rossi Barbera. When Rossi offered his hand to Barbera to congratulate him, Barbera looked at him and then looked behind him and rode past. And maybe it's just me, but it appeared Rossi gave Barbera the finger after that. But to some extent, you can't blame Barbera. Only last race, Rossi kind of said that Barbera was too aggressive and that he thought of coming into the pits afterwards, and that really isn't the right attitude. But anyway, he's entitled to that opinion. You can't really talk about someone like that and then expect to shake